It's not a long time at all since we saw their national aerobatic team in the skies above Fairford, and rolling for takeoff, getting ready to position the 4 extra EA330LX unlimited aerobatic aircraft of the Royal Jordanian Falcons. Before they go into their display, I think we might be in luck. And here they are into their first manoeuvre, the 2024 Royal Jordanian Falcons. They start in box formation, rolling right to perform a quarter clover leaf. And they stay in this very tight box formation to perform a barrel roll. Why do we call it a barrel roll in aerobatic parlance?
If you imagine a barrel laid on its side, the aircraft follows the path all the way round through 360. It's very much a pitching and rolling manoeuvre currently.
Leading the team for 2024 is the Royal Jordanian Falcons Director of Operations, Jamil Zayad. He's been with the team since 2002 and has some 3,700 flying hours. Now, we're going over to the right, and we'll shortly see the formation changing. They just skirt a little bit of drifting low cloud. We'll be getting into Team Tango formation with the two wingmen now coming up in line abreast on the leader for the Tango loop. After initially flying the mid-wing extra 300 for a few years, they switched to the low-wing 300L. And it was in 2018 that they upgraded to this outstanding 330LX model.
Now, this aircraft, purpose-built for what we see in front of us, up to unlimited category of aerobatics, holding many world championships within its trophy cabin.
And there, an uncomfortable negative G push out of that half cubit. But they're pulling through down towards the right-hand end. Yes, mentioning World Championships there, Mark. This is the mount of choice, the extra 330 series in single-seat 330SC form of France's national competition aerobatic team, which their Air Force operates, the Équipe de Voltige de l'Armée de l'Air, which has many world champions to its credit.
Yeah, absolutely. And the derivative of this aircraft type was the winner of the Bill Hartree Memorial Trophy just a month ago at the RAF Fairford.
Yes, with the French pilot, Capitaine Sébastien Suchet, at the controls. And more negative G now, as they perform an inverted turn. But all the while, the formation absolutely immaculate.
It's absolutely beautiful. This aircraft capable of an eye-watering +10 and -10 Gs. We've already seen an aircraft today powered by a Lycoming engine, that being the 4-cylinder IO360 with the Safari. But this engine that's powering the extra 330 has an extra bank of cylinders, making it a 6-cylinder, 315 horsepower AEIO 580. As we look at them, flying on the left wing of the formation is Major Feras Al-Huetat. He's
He's been a team member since 2022 with 1,350 flying hours. The team makes a lot of use of these quarter cloverleaf manoeuvres as repositioning devices, always very, very attractive. Heading away from us now on the B-axis, and this is where we see the formation split into two pairs, and this is their salute to all of you, the Royal Jordanian Falcons Heart. All the pilots in the team are either current or former members of the Royal Jordanian Air Force, flying combat and transport types of one type or another. And as I mentioned, the front line of the Royal Jordanian Air Force represented with us for the first time in many years by a pair of F-16s in our Viper line here, and they've also got one of their C-130H Hercules transport aircraft in the static, always a regular visitor to the Air Tattoo, and it's the Royal Jordanian Air Force herds that bring over the extras to Europe every summer for their annual tour, now coming past in opposition, and we'll see them split. We now see three of the aircraft exiting the stage, giving us our first chance to enjoy some solo action from the man who was flying at the back of the box formation, retired Royal Jordanian Air Force Colonel Sharif Hatu. He's been with the team since 2017. He has the most flying hours of any of the pilots in this display, in excess of 5,700 and counting. Incredible power to weight ratio of the extra EA330LX well on show there. But now Sharif Hatouk heads away from us as the main three-ship formation run in, and he crosses with them. They're now in line abreast formation for the line abreast loop. This very strong airframe is built with TIG-welded steel tube construction, with the wings, the rudder and the landing gear all manufactured out of composite material. The aircraft is a two-seater, but interestingly, for central of gravity considerations, the rear seat only is instrumented for the piloting command. They are flying solo today from the rear seat. Having performed an enormous barrel roll off to the right, the three aircraft now pull up on the synchronised school turns. The airspeed leads off, the rudder is applied, and round they go. And we'll see here the lead pilot and the right wingman going to mirror formation, with the left wingman flying barrel rolls around them. The right wingman here, the aircraft on top of the mirror formation, is Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Abu Al-Jassar. He's new to the Royal Jordanian Falcons this year. He has 2,100 flying hours. The soloist is then for a climbing slide. And then torque rolling back down. And as the solo exits, it crosses again with the three-ship. So pulling up into another quarter cloverleaf, but this time the flourish comes with a downward split. All three aircraft going vertical and rolling in the vertical. All free for stall turns as the soloist enters again. And this time it's for a short programme of freestyle aerobatics.
The powerful Lycoming engine coupled with a four-bladed constant speed prop made by MT Propellers of Germany. Theory with a constant speed propeller is that the pilot selects the RPM required, and in this instance 2500 RPM, which is 80% power, and the engine, then the governor of the propeller then varies the pitch angle of the propeller to maintain that RPM, and the pilot then just flies the aircraft depending what power is required using the throttle. And that's why on some of the downward maneuvers there's very little change in engine pitch, because the engine hasn't changed RPM.
Time now for one of the signature manoeuvres of the team. We see them rolling out in front of us with smoke on. The team comes from the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan, and this manoeuvre is their Hashemite break. As I said, it was at the personal request of the late His Majesty King Hussein bin Talal that the team was founded on the Pin Special in 1976, and King Hussein was a great supporter, as indeed the whole of the Jordanian royal family always has been, of the air tattoo show. And we see a very precise multiple crossover straight in front of us. Following the death of King Hussein, the 1999 Royal International Air Tattoo, the extra 300s of the Royal Jordanian Falcons, flew with the de Havilland Dove that had been one of the late King's personal aircraft in a memorable formation. I believe that's 25 years ago now. That Dove, one of numerous personal mounts of the King, who also was well known for flying into the air tattoo in the Jordanian Royal Flight Lockheed TriStar on a couple of occasions in the 1980s. Peace and friendship throughout the world through the means of aviation, and this it does with an extensive international tour every year. This is the only UK date for 2024, but they'll be appearing at other shows all around Europe between now and September. Now coming up is a very snappy formation rejoin. So the solo pilot is off to the right, the three shift to the left. They're going to cross a display centre. Soloist on the knife edge. And the three ship again looping in line abreast formation, which gives ample opportunity for the solo to close down on them. Doing so initially inverted.
Despite that, inverted then turning the right way up with about 60 knots of overtake. Just pulling a little bit of lead on the formation in order to get back into the box. Outstandingly short period of time.
Now talking of outstanding, this next manoeuvre is a piece of aerial artistry. Slow roll, a very difficult thing to perform solo. We're going to see them do it in this very close formation.
Two working hard in the rest of the formation, two on the outside. Rolling around the outside of the formation.
Beautifully executed. And so the team now using a wing over to come back in towards the main display line. And the team took its British bow, and they've flown at many other venues around the United Kingdom as well over the years. And among our most treasured guests at every edition of the Air Tattoo. Now, we're coming towards the end of their display. Another clover leaf to bring them back onto the B-axis display line. They're reconfiguring into what they dub Concorde formation, getting ready for their final break. And so, with the Concorde fan break, we present to you for the final time the 2024 Royal Jordanian Falcons.